Welcome
to another episode
of the Immigrants Show.
The Immigrant Show.
So, today we're going to do the same thing we do throughout all the other shows on YouTube that we've posted, which is drink and get high. And today we're drinking a Prosecco.
we smoke cigarettes and we drink grape juice. Don't listen to this guy. He's like telling our business. Jesus juice. Yes.
Anyway.
Yes, Jesus juice.
We're drinking a Prosecco.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about the wine, go to our Liquor Store Blues video. You would see it there. We actually talk about it. Very good. Anyway, let's kick it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, bro. So we've both we took a kind of a break there. I went away, so we had a lot of shit happen. For example, they got what we got student loans. The Queen died. The Little Mermaid is out. There's just so much to talk about.
What you mean the Little Mermaid is out?
Oh, the new trailer for the Little Mermaid. Did you see the new trailer for the Little Mermaid?
No, I don't fuck with Disney like that.
Oh no. I mean, I fuck with Marvel, so it should be in my feed. Yeah, no. So there's a new Little Mermaid live action. And yeah, it looks pretty good. People are flipping out as always. You know, there's always a reason for people to be upset because they cast Ariel they casted this singer who happens to be a person of color, and dun, you know.
Oh, so Ariel has actually tan now?
Yeah.
You would figure, right? Because when you sit in the water under the sun, your skin gets darker. But apparently Ariel had that good moisturizer, that good sunblock, yo. Some Irish people might fucking have a use of that. Ooh, was that a racial joke?
I don't know, bro.
Ooh,
Yo, you know what's what's a fun fact that I learned today, and I'm very embarrassed to have learned it today. Speaking about the Irish, is that I learned that Northern Ireland and Ireland are two different countries.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I thought that they were the same fucking country.
Did you not?
Every time I heard somebody say Northern Ireland, I'm like, oh, you mean like Northern Mexico, like Northern America, like, you know? But no, apparently my dumb ass learned a new fact today about an entire nation. That
well, actually, I was there. I was there during the fight.
What fight?
And well, Northern Ireland and Ireland, that used to be Ireland. And then the Brits just came over. You know what I mean? Like they were like, hey.
Whoa, bro. They never did that before.
For real. Not at all. They were like, yo, nice piece of land you got there. Mind if I have like all of it? You know?
Oh, man.
So back in the day, man,
the British
cranberry.
Or something else, son.
Dude, they don't give a flying
assholes, dude.
They conquer. They just conquer shit, which is dope. I'm not gonna lie, man. I have a lot of respect for that type of shit.
What do you mean,
dude?
What do you mean?
It takes a specific, to take
type shit that is not yours.
No. It takes a specific type of person to look at the world and say, you know those people over there. I'm gonna make them act like me.
Oh, because I don't even think their thought process went that far. I just think they were like, "That I want that. That's mine now. Like, give me your house."
They conquered India.
Yeah,
they colonized India.
Did you hear that? Since what's her face died, a couple of Indian people, not a couple, like a bunch of them, are like, "Yo, give us our diamond back." The diamond that's on her fucking crown. They're like, we're gonna need that shit back because somehow, you know, when you're being what is it, colonized and doing trades with your people, with the people that are fucking running your shit, they write their own contracts, and they ended up with this fucking ginormous beautiful diamond from India. They were like, nah, I'm taking this now. This is gonna go on my hat.
I mean, yeah, it's not like they didn't do the work to get the diamond. It wasn't they just went to get the diamond. Like, dude, like, a lot of people died. The diamond was just the symbol of like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Lambo.
And like now people are like, nah, fuck you. Give that shit back. You were an asshole.
Yeah, no, they're not getting that shit back. Like,
oh, they fucking
dude. At the end of the day, it's history, and if you want it back, you should go get it.
That just because something is history doesn't mean you can't like change it. Get the fuck out of here.
What you
Slavery
mean?
was history. We fucking changed that shit.
But that's like escalating it. What I'm talking about, the
No,
diamond.
what
That's
do
the
you mean?
spoils of war. That's the spoils of war. Like a diamond
They
land.
were colonizing people and they took shit.
Yeah, they were very good at fighting.
Those are not spoils of war. Like no, the phrasing spoils of war. At least the way I'm hearing it's you have these equal people that have trained equally and have the equal resources to do their shit. If you're just that's what I'm clarifying, because if you're talking about war in which people just go in and take shit. Fuck you! No, you don't get to do that. That's
yes,
not
you
cool.
do. It happens every day. It's called mugging.
Just because it happens doesn't make it okay, right? Are you okay with mugging?
Wait. I'm not saying that makes it okay. I'm saying
that's
that
what I'm talking
happens.
about. I don't care if it happens.
That bullshit has like
shootings
super high moral
happen.
ground.
That doesn't make it okay.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like these, like nah, dude, they're not getting like. I don't know how to explain it. You
got to figure out a way to explain it.
It is straight up getting mugged. Like that's what all wars were before that. The fact that we have an understanding now that is completely different from the understanding that they had back then doesn't mean that whatever those motherfuckers got from you, I gotta give back. Like that does not change. Now it will be nice of me to give it back. I cannot there's no argument against that.
It would be the correct thing for you to do to give it back. I wouldn't say it would be nice of you. No, fuck niceness. The correct thing to
the correct thing.
If I found out that my ancestors did some shit to a bunch of peoples, and I have something.
You mean how the way they put the fucking settlers between Mexico and the Comanche, so the settlers would fight the Comanche? Like that was a smart ass move. Right, like
what?
that was.
What do you wait? How does that reference to what?
Well, because if they ever did anything, dude, the Mayans and the Aztecs used to fuck shit up.
I'm not saying they didn't. I'm being very specific. If I found out that my direct people right now running shit had stolen something from another group that was vulnerable, like, are you kidding me? I've said this before. I'm not one to glorify any fucking empire. Even my own. When there's a group of people that are just bullying other people and killing them, just to take their land, I think that's fucked up. I understand that I'm so far out in my idealistic ways, but there is still a right and a wrong way to look at things and to see how things panned out. I understand the whole our animal instinct, our primal instinct to take over shit. I understand all that stuff, but I think that, and I know I'm being naive, I know that I understand that we should be at a place where we can recognize these things and fucking let's all get along, man. But it's still wrong. Regardless of how people react to it, and let's say, yeah, the British are not going to give that diamond back, like bringing it back more, grounding this shit, make it more specific. I understand they're not going to give it back because the time that they did that shit, it was a fucked up time. I'm not who I used to be. It's like an abusive person, breaking up with somebody. I'm not that person anymore. I've changed.
That's why I'm breaking up with
you. I understand that shit, but that doesn't change the fact that the act itself it's wrong. Went in there, took shit, and killed people. I understand that's been part of our history as a species for fucking ever. That's just, fucking Genghis Khan. Like, we spoken about this dude. He just fucking like took over shit. That doesn't mean that what he did was wrong. We can still reflect
what was right, because you said wrong. It doesn't mean what he did was right. Not you said wrong.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, yeah. What he did was wrong. If that wasn't clear, but you know what I'm saying. So we could still make these assessments, even though they're in the past. We could still acknowledge that it was wrong to fucking go into a vulnerable place, beat them up, take the shit, and be like, nah, it's mine. You can't have it back. When their kids come back and be like, yo, can I have that shit, my parents' shit back that you took? Nah, it's mine. My parents took it. It's theirs, so we're good. You know what I'm saying?
I totally understand what you're saying on moral ground, but it's like...
That's all I'm saying,
Like, on moral ground makes sense. Even though... No, wait. Listen to me.
Yeah.
Even though... And here's my issue. It's like comparing a dog, what the human race has become, to a wolf. They come from the same roots, but they don't behave the same ever. And especially now. Like, that's why, dude, like, if you put yourself into a wild wolf party and shit, you'll be a meal. You know what I'm saying?
As a dog. As a dog, put myself in a wolf party. Yeah.
So I cannot take it away that the dog and the wolf share same history. It's just what it is the same with people nowadays. It's like we talk about two different types of species of people, and like I don't know if she was the one who took the diamond or not, because there's a whole new thing over there. Like if she's the one, then I would. That was funny. If she was the one, then I would agree that giving it back would be the right thing and the thing that should be done. But if her, like, great granddaddy took it.
But you're talking about people that have so much power, that have they have so much money, that they have the ability to give it back.
No, they can just pay for it.
You know what? Fine, I'll grant you that.
Like
they have the ability to pay them for this thing, so at least there's some sort of thing. Then,
that's a completely different story.
She was running the shit for mad long.
I mean, yeah,
right. So you didn't do it. Like there's a certain point in which you had the ability to do something and you chose not to do it, that you become either an accomplice or you just become at fault. Or
you just establish dominance.
See, now you're changing the point. The point
I'm not changing the point.
Yes, you are.
Dude, it is a fucking power move at the end. At the end, that's exactly what
all
it
right.
is.
We'll jump back to that. But you agree, though, that if she has the power, she could have made amends, I guess is the word. If you want to make amends with the whole entire nation, she could have done it.
Yeah,
she could have made amends, but she chose not to.
Well, yeah.
So that's fucked up.
But we don't know her point of view. Like,
fuck her point of view. What? Like, it doesn't matter what she thought. What does it matter what she thought? Why?
Because bitch had an army at her disposal. Like, what you mean? Like that's the person whose thoughts count. Like,
no. Specifically about the diamond, it doesn't matter what she thought about how they got the diamond.
Dude, specifically about the diamond, she did not give a flying fuck, and that is establishing dominance. That is you're saying
you're connecting too many things, bro. It's just very, very, very simply, specifically about the diamond. If she was aware of it doesn't matter. This is me. I'm pretty sure she wasn't in power when the family
got the
diamond. But it doesn't matter what she thought, how she felt towards the diamond. My point being is that because it sounded like you were defending her simply because her point of view. What did it matter? She wasn't at fault because her family got the diamond before she became in power.
No, I'm not saying that she was at fault at all. I'm not even arguing that point. I'm arguing the point where it's like, yo, you see somebody weaker than you that have something nice that you want.
Yeah,
right?
that's not okay.
And yeah. And that's why I was making the point where what you and I think what is okay and is not okay, the people that took that had a completely different point of view of what was okay and not okay.
I'm not arguing that.
And hold up. And not only that, to her, that becomes like she is the top dog now, meaning she has the power to do anything, to pay for the diamond, to give it back. She has that power, or had that power, because she's dead now. So
what?
So that's my point. Like, it really does matter her point of view on the whole shit, which, I mean, that's people's point of view. Is kind of like a moot point, right? But it's what? You can ask back for it. Doesn't mean that, first of all, anybody's going to give you back for it. And here's my, like...
That's how I started this.
Yeah. Hold on. It's okay. For example, if right now India decides to go to war for that diamond with the UK, I'm completely fine with it. Like, I am completely... Like, that type of action, for me, it's not... I want to say it's justified, but it is a sense of like, yo, that shit was mine, give it back. But
okay.
I don't think that for her to even like go about like, oh no, she should give it back. Like, we're looking at events that happened way back when with a perspective that we have right now. And it's a completely different thing. Are you telling me right and wrong changes with time? Absolutely. Let me rephrase that. Our perception of right and wrong changes.
Our individual perception.
No, even as human species, our perception of right and wrong changes with time. Like, as a whole, like if you look at the.
So no. I'm not saying. Okay, I guess. Was there a point in time where slavery was okay?
Yeah.
Was it morally okay? Was it okay to own to have slaves?
Morally okay, yeah. If you're
I disagree, because just because people, the way I see it is, we thought it was, and the time that it existed, those people were objectively wrong. They were wrong for owning people. They may have thought that it was wrong, but it was still wrong. Even though we're looking back at it, it was still wrong. It was still the wrong thing to do.
With today's morals, yes.
With everyday's morals, there's never been a time where owning somebody was okay.
Of course there's time, dude. There's time when people, let's say...
Are you serious? No. People thinking that it was okay to do certain things, like we could go into people wars and people just going into tribes and just killing people for the sake of it, because it was war. That was not okay.
According to now, yes.
According to always,
dude. Now what
makes it okay?
What if you have to survive? You fucking go and
enslave somebody?
Yeah.
What?
It's stupid. I understand.
That is ridiculous.
It is stupid.
How could you ever that's a terrible example, because how could you possibly need to enslave somebody in order for you to survive?
Simple. A lot of cultures, for example, they praise male children over female children. Eventually that does create an imbalance. So in order for you to continue your nation, you have to go and get women from someplace else.
Because of what you believe. That doesn't make it right. That's just what you believe. That doesn't make it right.
But what I'm saying that sometimes it makes it a necessity to survive. Like it's weird.
Having to do some, like, for example, like
Dude,
killing somebody
times.
it doesn't matter. Killing somebody to survive.
It matters a lot because you and I don't live in the time. Dude, if we were born 300 years ago, you and
300 years ago, raping somebody was wrong. Killing somebody was wrong. Enslaving somebody was wrong.
300 years ago, looking at it from today's perspective, yes, it was. Back then, when you didn't give a fuck, when you didn't know when your next meal was going to come from.
That doesn't make the actions okay.
It makes it perfectly okay because back then we had higher mortality rate. Like everything was completely different, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's like you're comparing. I'll tell you exactly. Like I'll put it in the lamest terms, and when I say lame, meaning like there's nothing else that I can that I can explain better. You're comparing a car, which is a four-wheel vehicle, which is, let's say, today's society, versus a motorcycle, which is a two-wheel vehicle, which was back then society. Both of them, even though they serve the same purpose, taking you from point A to point B, work in completely different ways. For example, in order for you to make a right turn on a motorcycle, you actually have to turn left. It is the weirdest. So if you're straining, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing. A car, you'll kill yourself doing that. The second thing is on a motorcycle, when you're in the turn, it's okay for you to accelerate because most of the gravity then pushes back onto the back wheel, and then that the centrifugal forces take you through the turn. That's why the front wheel is smaller than the back wheel. With a car, except for Porsche, you cannot do that, or you'll kill yourself, or you lose control of the car. You're comparing what you and I think about what is okay, not okay today. Back then was most likely necessary for survival. Like it is the weirdest thing. Like, dude, it is the weirdest thing that I've ever.
I would agree with that. That is the strangest explanation.
It is the strangest, but it's. Our lives right now are completely different from back then. Like to the point where
there were because that would imply that there were no societies in which those actions were not
even the most developed societies, dude. Even the most developed societies, bad shit was happening, and it was looked okay.
Just because bad shit happened, that's what I'm saying. So even though, like you just said it, just because there were bad shit. The bad shit being the killing, the raping, and that shit, we still acknowledge that being wrong, and we build societies. No. Even then, we built societies that would prevent that type of behavior because that type of behavior it's proven to be detrimental to a society.
But that happened throughout thousands. That shit happened in the last 2,000 years.
Just because things happen doesn't make them okay. Just because people did things doesn't make them okay.
You're talking about being ignorant. And being ignorant to something is a completely different thing. You cannot say that something is right or wrong if you didn't have the moral capacity to understand that. And that's what I'm arguing, is that those people did not have the moral capacity to understand that. We do nowadays.
No, people knew then that it was morally wrong to do certain things. People knew then for people to not owe slave.
Dude, Pythagoras was fucking children. People would send their children there voluntarily.
Yes, and that was wrong.
Looking at it from today's eyes, back then nobody gave a fucking shit.
They were still wrong.
Dude, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. They did not have the moral compass to do it, man. How the fuck are you going to tell me that, oh, well, I look at it right now, and this is north, and this is south, and this is east. Back then, they didn't have that.
Bro, there is no way it was wrong regardless.
No, it was not. You cannot fucking, dude, you cannot hold a person, like let's say a colorblind person, guilty for not being able to see the color red because now he can see it. That is ridiculous. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you, is that if you tie that moral thing to vision, right now we're looking in color. We see red, blue, green, every type of color. back then those people saw it in black and white. That's it. So from your standpoint, what they did was morally wrong, and from my standpoint too. But but you cannot tell me, like, I would say for something like capital shit, like murder, stuff like that. They figured that shit out fairly soon. But all the rest of the shit, dude, like owning people and all that, that's the color where it's like you're making it way too black and white, and it's not that. Like we're seeing really in color, while they were seeing just black and white. Like they were just seeing the most basic morality ever. I mean, look at like if you even read the Bible, you're like, oh shit, like, but this is wrong, this is wrong. But like, if you think about it, the way that they saw things, to them, like, they had no color, bro. Their main point was survival, period. That makes you really fucking colorblind. And now, like, you're here, you're sitting in your, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to explain to you, is that we evolved, and as we evolved, our understanding of morality evolved as well.
In that sense, yes, that our morality does change. It's fluid. It flows. In the sense when we're trying to figure out how it functions. I think because I guess we agree in that when we look, because the way I'm talking about is like the way I see something, the way I see what is we can assess that it's right and what's wrong, regardless of context. Like no, not regardless of context. Excuse me, please. Regardless of the time, we can see what it's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, but those are very few things. Like hold on.
Yeah, hold on. Like in an objective matter, but it's just that what I'm struggling with is that because there were people in the time that that understood certain levels of empathy, certain levels of survival that didn't require that level of violence. It's why I'm saying that I guess we had the capacity then, but I guess yeah, because I want to think about this some more. But
no,
that's because that's a good point. It's like if you don't know any better, but the only thing that I keep thinking about is like, now it sounds like killing somebody's wrong. It's like I wouldn't want to do that just nonchalantly, as opposed to if I understand, like if I'm going to war, like if I need to survive. In that sense, then yeah, you do what you got to do. But fuck the Bible, because
no, let it marinate. Let it marinate. Get your thoughts together.
I was gonna say real quick, just fuck the Bible, because that shit is supposed to be the word of God and it has errors. So I'm not even gonna talk about that shit.
God ain't perfect, dude. God is human being. We are God.
It depends on who you ask.
That's true. But like, I honestly, I think that I'm God, and like that's.
No, bro, I'm
that's
God.
One thing.
Don't you see? Remember the tattoo, bro? It's right there.
So that's one thing that I really, really love about Tom Brady, and that's what I've implied in my life. Yeah, the football player.
Oh shit!
Like if you look at him, dude, he gets better. Not just in football, like as a human being. Is that
the quarterback?
Yeah, that's the quarterback.
That's the quarterback, right?
He just gets better as a human being, and he strives to be the best. And that's who.
What's he doing nowadays?
Playing football, having fights with his wife.
Didn't he retire?
Yeah, and then he unretired in like 40 days.
Oh, he's playing again?
Yeah, he's playing again, man. That's his last.
Oh yeah, I don't watch football.
Yeah,
I don't watch sports.
That's his last year. He's a really inspiring story. Like really, really somebody that you can learn a lot from.
Fights his wife, you said?
They're arguing about him playing football. But like as a human being, he is really the ultimate person who's like, yeah, no, I want to be better. I want to be better who I am, and I want to be better to society and move society forward. Like,
Fire, please.
the Prometheus, the
movie.
no, man, Prometheus, God of Fire.
Oh, another god.
Well, not the God of Fire, but the God that gave fire to the people.
Wow. I said another god.
Oh, I didn't hear that. My bad. But yeah, man, gods. Shit. I was talking about Brady. Yeah. So he started playing football again, but I've been watching his stories, and like if you look at all of the trials and tribulations he had, he is really the comeback kid. Like, that dude is extremely good at learning from his mistakes, correcting them, and executing. And it is mind-blowing to watch him not just play, but to watch him like develop into this. Nobody gave him the time of day. Like, everybody was like, oh, he cannot run, he cannot jump, he cannot throw properly, blah blah blah. And the motherfucker has like
talking about him when he was like growing up, or is this like his career?
His career, and like Jesus. As a person, like, dude, he left his wife when she was pregnant with their child because he fell in love with a supermodel. And then
is that he remarry after that, or is that the one that keeps arguing with him?
Well, that he remarried after her, and that's the one he keeps arguing with, like second wife. And it is really, really inspiring. That's what I can say. So I don't know where I was going with that, but getting better at shit, man, fucking rocks. It gives you confidence,
Oh, improving? Oh yeah. Man, yeah, bro.
And especially if you put that towards your moral compass, that's...
What was the last thing you improved on?
My accounting skills.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In what way?
Well, actually, let me... the last thing that I really worked on was my concentration skills and just being able to look at a problem and come up with the fastest solution, right? So to me, it has always been a thing where I like to be able to do things fast, accurate, and move on. Like, that's always been a thing. And one thing that I noticed was that my concentrations a lot of times would wane. Like, I'll be on my phone or like searching bullshit on the internet or some shit like that during work hours. So since I started in this new company, I've really have been working on my focus. I've been actually exercising on it. There's few exercises that people can do that are really entertaining.
To focus?
Yeah, to practice focusing. One of them is the silliest one, and I love that one. Is actually opening up your hands slowly and paying attention to every single move. Ooh. Like, finger by finger. It is.
Oh, that's fun.
Dude, it is entertaining as hell. Yeah. The other thing is to start counting letters on advertisements and stuff around you. Like, for example, right there where it says the MTV shirt, and you start counting M, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like continue like that without using your finger. And then you recount
so you go M 1 2 3 4 5, U 1 2 3 4 5.
Yeah, no. You just count the letters in the word. So music, you count the 5 letters. Then you count television.
Oh.
Right. So that's really works. The other thing that I improved on was my diet. Just eating better shit, like more vegetables, less bread, carbs. Well, when I say carbs, like bread carbs, like carbs from wheat. Still having a steak, but instead of fries, have sweet potato fries. If they have, you know me, I love my pizza and burgers, fries and wings. So,
yeah.
But instead of like eating it like 3 times or 4 times a week, I eat it probably like once now. Shit like that.
You're eating that shit 3 to 4 times a week?
I fucking love that, man.
That's wild.
Dude, like, I still don't understand how. Oh, dude, let me tell you something. I fucking
I
figured
had that. I had that shit for. I had that shit 3 times while I was away,
Really?
and I felt like terrible.
Well, I mean, listen, dude.
Oh, that's fucking great, bro.
First time Alex and I moved out. The first 3 months,
Oh my
our
God.
diet was
What? Like Hot Pockets?
Hot Pockets and Black Label.
Oh, that's a balanced
That
diet.
dude,
You know?
that was it, bro. Like Hot Pockets and
Just
I used to buy
get the
salad
ones
and
with
throw
like
it out.
get the ones with like chicken broccoli or like the not chicken cheese and broccoli Hot Pockets, and now you got some green.
Fuck
You
that
know?
shit. It was pepperoni and like all that good shit.
that's great.
Get the broccoli, man. Like fuck you. Like I was young and wild back then. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like
if I'm gonna do it wrong, I'm gonna do it right.
exactly.
Oh, that's great.
You know, now those days are kind of over, and I'm just coming to terms with it, and it's hard, but it works, man. It's weird because, like, I've noticed one thing is the more I age, the more time I want to, the more I want to prolong time. So like when I was in my 20s, like when we were working in the liquor store, dude, I didn't give a shit. Like I could sleep anywhere, anytime, and I had a time where I went to work, from work went to party, from party went to school, school went to work, went to another party, and then went to school, and then I got like 12 hours of sleep. It was 2 days straight up. Red Bull. Oh, I love Red Bull. Red Bull. Yo, a can of Red Bull, boom, put me right back up, bro. I used to take vitamin B, put that shit right back up, vitamin C. Like, have a pizza, load myself up with vitamins. Like that. Nowadays, I get tipsy on bad alcohol. I'm out of commission for half a day next day.
Damn.
Like not bad alcohol, but cheap alcohol. Dude, I can't drink fucking cheap alcohol anymore. I can probably do 2 glasses of cheap wine.
Mira.
That's it. Like tequila,
Yeah.
if it ain't Maestro Dubel, 50, or like
This dude is so fucking bougie now.
dude, or the Don
Jersey.
Julio 1942, or there were a couple others that I like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I can't drink it.
Get the fuck out of it.
Dude, I would be hurting next morning. Like hurting. Dude, I got drunk. The last time I got drunk on bad alcohol, man, I should stop saying that. On cheap alcohol was
Listen to this guy.
2017.
I only drink the Julio of 1492.
Yeah, 2017. I was back in Bulgaria. I got drunk on some Bulgarian fucking whiskey, which was disgusting. But by that point, I was so drunk, I didn't even fuck what the fuck I was drinking. Yo, I had a stomachache for 2 days, a headache for a day and a half.
How do you know it was the alcohol?
Huh?
How do you know it was the alcohol?
That was the only thing. I didn't smoke. I didn't do shit back then.
Did you eat?
Yeah,
How do you know it wasn't food poisoning?
because it wasn't. We went to like very, very nice place. Nobody else had it. Like,
Nobody else had the cheap alcohol?
no. Some people had the cheap alcohol.
Did they also get sick?
No.
Did everybody else have the same meal that you had?
Yeah, from the same place.
I think you got food poisoning.
No, son, I got drunk on cheap alcohol and it hurt.
Oh, man.
They're just used to it because they broke as fuck over there. So like,
Oh, no. By all means, always order expensive alcohol. I encourage
dude,
you
like-
to. Please do. Yeah. You know what? You know what alcohol sucks?
what?
It's like fucking drinking candy, dude. That Clase Azul, not Clase Azul. What's that popular tequila that everybody likes? Oh fuck!
How does it look?
It's a clear bottle. The label looks like it's like a small company, which I don't even know if it is or not. But it's just sweet. Oh, Casamigos.
Oh,
Dude, that should taste like candy, man.
The añejo?
All of them.
Yeah, that's how I started. And that's right now that's
sweet.
I
No me
consider that
gusta.
cheap alcohol.
You hear this? This guy over here?
Like, dude, I'm telling you, man. There's something. The older you get, and the better shit you taste, and you're like, oh,
No,
like
I think it's the more pretentious you get, and
totally true, dude, totally true.
The more full of myself I get.
So,
Because I'm older than you, motherfucker. Like I disagree entirely.
I'll tell you that. So, my boys that drink tequila, they started me off with the Casamigo. From Casamigo, we went to 1942, but it was a bit expensive. And it still kind of gave me, if I get drunk on it, like it was nice, but whatever. So, my boy brings this Maestro Dubel from Mexico, and I'm like, Cristalino, extra añejo Cristalino. And we went to watch a football game at his house. Him and I, usually about 200 milliliters of tequila gets me very nice and tipsy, almost drunk. Him and I killed a bottle, of which I drank more than him, of that Maestro Dubel Extra Añejo Cristalino.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I was drunk. My wife drove me home. Next morning, I woke up like there was nothing. I had the best sleep ever. And I was like, oh, this is weird. So during Labor Day, we'll hang out again. I went to the store that Ali works at, because he works in the store by me now.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
I went to a store. He wasn't there, but one of the other dudes was there. I was like, oh, give me the Cristalino. Bought it. Cheaper, by the way. Oh, shout out to Vineyards Wine and Liquor in New Bergen. You guys rock. Keep on keeping
Rockin'.
up. Very, very good selection of tequilas over there, and much more affordable than Total Wine. I'll be honest. Like, so the total that tequila cost me $114 in that place. In the oh my god, in Total Wine is like $150. So definitely worth the 10-minute drive to say that type of guap. Anyway, I went there, got it. Him and I, again, the bottle. Same thing. Sunday night we drank. Monday morning I woke up. Best night sleep I ever had. Like nothing ever happened. Dude.
It sounds like that tequila.
Yo, that tequila is I'll bring it. Because we'll have it at the wedding too. Like, so he's already contacting Maestro Dubel to see if they can send us 4 or 5 bottles. And while they're taking the pictures of us preparing, we'll have the bottles like around, and we're gonna send them to them. Like, that's the idea. So let's see. Let's see if we can do it. Because that tequila, dude, oh my god, it is. I'll bring it here, and it's just
Maestro Dobel.
Maestro Dobel 50. It's like a specific number because they make other tequilas.
Yeah,
but that one is there.
We sell them. The Blanco, the blah blah, and the blue.
So the one that I'm talking about comes in a bottle that looks like a chemistry flask.
It comes in a chemistry flask?
Looks like a chemistry flask. The bottle itself looks like a chemistry flask.
Oh! Like, what do you mean a chemistry flask? It's a chemistry flask.
Yeah, man. Like
one of those. That's cool. That's dope. Yeah, it's very cool.
Great tequila. And yeah, I mean, what did we talk about? We talked about the queen. What you got about the queen, man? Wanting to take her diamonds and shit.
No, we spoke about her already. Yeah.
There was like another thing that I wanted to talk about, which was
yeah, bro. What do you want to talk about?
How do you feel about King Charles now?
King Charles.
Now that he became a king.
Oh man.
And his uncle uncle Peter Prince Albert.
Oh,
Yo,
dude.
that should be something. Pedo Prince.
I think that this is a great opportunity for the human race to realize how fucking ridiculous monarchies are and should just fucking
Don't say
fucking
that
away with
shit
them.
to an English person.
I don't give a fuck, bro. That's what I'm saying right now. It's like that whole idea of having a motherfucking king and queen. You're fucking out of your goddamn mind, bro. People just don't run shit because of where they're born. That's a terrible idea. Come on, man.
Yo,
no, that
man.
shit is ridiculous.
My man, let me tell you something.
This motherfucker all of a sudden in the 70s is going to be running shit?
Yo,
can we agree that
we elected one.
No, this is part of this really quick rant. Can we just agree as a species, as people, people that
65.
that people over, let's call it. I was gonna ask, let's pick an age, but can we just agree that there's an age in which you shouldn't be running shit? You just cannot be fucking in charge. You cannot be responsible for fucking anything, dude.
I would totally disagree with that.
What do you mean that there shouldn't be an age range where people should stop? Like, hey, your brain don't work as good no more. So, shut up.
Yep. I think that we should not put an age, because age continues as medicine improves. You get to live longer.
That's a good point.
You get to live longer and shit. So, what I'm thinking is that, at least for the United States, the president of the United States should be no older when elected than the average expectancy of the male or female sex, whichever one they are, because we can have a female person, right? That's what they should do. Because if you think about it,
like whatever the average life expectancy is.
Yeah, if you're above that age, you cannot run.
What if they're like 3 years or 1 year younger? They're fine.
Oh yeah, they're fine.
That still limits the amount of people.
Yeah,
that's true.
But like, which in this case like makes fucking Biden electable.
So wouldn't you say that's an age limit?
Of course, it is an age limit, but it's a changing age limit.
Yeah, it's a different type of age limit, but it's still an age limit.
Oh yeah, this should definitely be, dude. Biden, come on, man. I mean,
bro,
Trump was gobbling fucking McDonald's all day, every day in the White House, and he came looking the same. He came out looking the same as he came in. That never happens to a fucking president.
What? That motherfucker uses matte makeup, bro. They fucking paint him. That's not. We haven't seen Donald Trump's face in years. All right, that's a painted face. Like,
well, that's a good painting. It's consistent.
Yes, I know. Yeah,
I appreciate that.
No, he's not. No, he hasn't aged well. It looks like he has. He looks the same. Like, he still looks like fucking like, bro. Have you seen those pictures when he's like golfing and shit and he's like sweating?
No.
Bro, oh no, he looks terrible. He just looks like his age, which is okay to be old. You know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't be running shit. Go away. You. Oh my god. Bro.
In the American tradition, we'll put you in the elderly house, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
That's
but
it.
in the immigrant tradition, the family will take care of you.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That was a good one.
Oh shit. I don't know, man. I'm getting too used to the American way. Everybody go into the fucking retirement home, you know?
Or like out in another country.
Oh, man.
Like, I'm definitely, like, I hope I don't retire in the United States. I hope that.
Where would you retire?
Ah, man.
Oh, man.
I actually thought a lot about this. I can give you 3 scenarios. Best case scenario, I retire in the place I want to retire, which for right now, no, because it's different. Like,
it's just your phrasing. It's funny. You said nothing, but you answered it.
So I want to retire currently in Turks and Caicos. The reason why I want to retire there is because everything is close, walking distance, right? Because it's a very small island. Very small population, about 50 or 60,000 people on the island of Providenciales. Decent healthcare. They have Canadian healthcare outfit over there. They have a hospital, so that's good. It's less than 2 hours. I think it's like an hour and 15 minutes by plane to Miami,
Oh,
right?
what does like right there?
Yeah. And only wealthy people live there. Like, and let me rephrase this.
So you have the good tequila.
Of course. Let me rephrase this. Not that everybody that lives over there is wealthy, but only wealthy immigrants live there. Meaning people come from the houses over there extremely expensive.
So all the natives are poor, and there's a bunch of rich people that live there.
They're not all the natives. They do have a very, very well developed tourism. So people are making money. Like people are actually making very good money. Income tax is only 10%. Property tax is only one time when you buy a property. So you don't pay continuous property tax. They're under the crown, but they use the US dollar. So you have the protection of the US
Under the
military.
English crown?
Yeah.
The UK?
Yeah, they're part of the Commonwealth. Yeah. It's a very popular destination for.
I'm sure the people love it. Yeah, I'm sure the natives love this deal. Right,
Oh,
guys?
dude.
Please.
So they
Let us
actually
know.
became independent, and they decided to go under the Commonwealth. Like there's a huge and
There's
massive
a history.
Huh?
There's a history with them.
Yeah. There's a massive benefit to them to be under the crown. It's the same thing with Aruba. Aruba is actually under the Commonwealth of the Netherlands, who also have a king. And what that gives them the opportunity is to travel to Europe and be employable in most of the European Union. Actually, in all of the European Union for Arubans. For people from Turks and Caicos, since the UK seceded from the Union. Ooh, that's a good one. Seceded from the Union. Since the UK seceded from the Union and left the European Union, they can only go and work in England. Right. But before that, they were able to travel again all throughout Europe. Like that's very important. I think that gives
That's interesting.
that gives those islands a very good outlet for communication and life experiences, and that's why I like it. To be honest, it's because I would definitely would like to retire on an island, right? Which I don't care if it's a island in the U.S. or island somewhere under another country. For me, that's not a important thing.
But it has to be an island.
It has to be an island because water, man, like that water and the sun just makes you so. There's something about that gives you longevity. And like when I'm retired, I don't want to fucking go out and figure out snow. I don't want to go out and have to drive like 10 minutes because nothing is around me. I don't want to go to a shopping center. At least over there, I can walk to the fucking shopping center. Like over here, man, fuck that shit.
You just straight up trying to relax.
Yeah, I'm gonna be old. Like I ain't trying to move. Like,
No, that's a great goal to have, man. Yeah, because as I always wonder where would I want to like live, probably like somewhere in the woods, but
it's too much work.
yeah, but I like that. You know,
but you're gonna be
because to
85 and not able to fucking lift your dick. How are you gonna lift an axe?
That's what you think, bro. I remember my great grandfather. This motherfucker, he was what, like 94 or some shit, and he's like, I see him in his house chilling. He's like throwing wood, building his fire and stuff, and he's like just living his life to the point where there was a time we're just like looking around, it's like, yo, where'd he go? He's like coming, he's walking down the street, it's fucking at his own pace. He just went to get a haircut.
For real. Yeah, that's
so like that's the type of retirement that I see. It's like I want to be like doing shit, and that's why I like I also like the trees, the trees and like the mountains. Yeah, so I think that'd be awesome.
I'm not the opposite. I just want to be doing shit on the water all year round. To me, like that's way more. Like I want that sun. Listen, right now I can handle snow plowing and all that shit. Not a problem. When I'm 75, I don't know if that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like again, we are living under very different circumstances that those people lived in. Those people had to move. They really had to move. Your grandfather. They had to move constantly in their life.
Oh yeah.
Our movement is 30% of what they have, which means that our bodies are completely different built than theirs.
You think that different in a couple of generations? I mean,
oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's just been.
I mean, I
feel like it's not that long ago. It's
dude,
right there,
dude.
It's like
one of my classmates back in high school, he was Chinese. The dude was 6'2", 220 pounds. His mother and father were 5'2" at best, 120 pounds. Like shit. Nutrition can change you drastically. Like it's crazy.
That doesn't change how far. That's moving forward. What I'm saying is like that doesn't change what your genetics are right now.
Yeah,
they
but like
definitely play a part in who we
are.
Oh
yeah.
Your great grandparents, like that was yesterday.
Yeah.
That was
In gene terms, yeah. And the thing is that we don't utilize our bodies the way they did. So that could also alter the genes that you pass on to your... I mean, it's actually proven.
What do you mean?
Dr. Rhonda Patrick had it. I will try to find the link. But it was very interesting that in order... Like, she was saying that if you were skinny as a child because your parents were skinny, your parents were in good shape, right? And then you become a fat slob, you're actually passing the fat slob gene to your children.
Oh, that's interesting.
If you don't get in shape before having children. Like, it's dude, what do you think I fucking started working out too, bro? Like, because it's that time where I have to have some children, and I'm like, fuck. And when she said that, because she's amazing, she has like a whole podcast, and always facts, sciences. I think you're gonna enjoy it a lot. Everything is about biology, and everything that she talks about as far as like what her conclusions are is backed by a study.
What did she do? What did she do exactly?
She's a doctor, but I don't know if she was in genetics or nutrition or something like that. Like it was one of the two. Extremely smart woman. And I recommend her podcast a lot because she's somebody that's worth listening to.
Hell yeah, man! So just learn how the body functions.
Yeah, man, it's important. Like I'm having aches I'm not supposed to have, meaning.
What do you mean you're not supposed to have?
I don't know, dude. Like all that sitting down shit fucking makes my knees hurt a little bit. So like if I don't exercise, it gets stale. It's
so
like
you're not supposed to have. Oh. You wouldn't have them if you didn't do that.
If I wasn't sitting down all the time. But it's interesting, dude. And I have a shit ton. Cheers.
Yeah. Salud.
Another thing I want to talk about is grown-ass people behaving like kids.
Oh, damn.
And
who
especially for going common courtesy.
Go and come?
No. Foregoing. Basically, like disregarding common courtesy. Because I understand if you live in a place where, like, what's happening is within my community where I live now, and
Oh, we're talking shit. Let's do it.
nah, not talking shit, bro. Like it's legitimate idiocracy, where it's So, for example, throughout the community, we have handicap access spaces on the sidewalk.
Okay.
And some dude today decided to park exactly on one. Like this space in front of him to move it. There's a space in the back of him to move it. No. My man, half of his car. No, his whole car is blocking the access. And that's where the path goes when you come back from the train. And you gotta walk on the grass and shit. Not that I'm against walking on the grass. It's just inconvenient. And I'm like, dude, like, you don't know. I mean, we have women with strollers. You blocking that shit legitimately prevents them from safely crossing the street. No, now they have to go over the curb through grass. So they have to go through grass first, then down the curb.
Isn't this a close neighborhood?
Oh, no.
Oh.
It's yeah, it's not a private street.
That
not
sucks.
not that walty, man. Not that walty yet. That's gonna be my Turks and Caicos shit, bro. It's gonna be my Turks and Caicos where you come and there'll be a dude with a gun and a dog.
So they're like street people, just people just driving by.
Don't know who the fuck they are. We put it on the chat and nothing happened. So it is something, and it's like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
I understand if you live in the city and you do that shit. Like, I get that there's not enough parking, but there's plenty of parking in the community. So, I don't know. I'm just reading what the fuck they said in the community because that dude apparently is still there.
The community.
That community,
check with
bro.
the community, man.
So yeah, that's very, very annoying. And it's like, it's not like those are like teenagers or something like that. No, those are people in their 30s, 40s, brand new homeowners.
Oh, damn.
Or like, come on, just be.
You should know better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, even if you park there by mistake, you come out of the car and be like, maybe I fucked up. But that apparently that thought was way too much to bear for somebody.
Damn.
So they're like, nah, I'm just gonna leave it here. It's like, dude, like like legitimately I said because we have a WhatsApp chat. So my friend sent me a picture and they were complaining on a separate chat. And I was like, nah, fuck that. We should say something. So I posted both pictures that they sent me in the group chat for the community. And I was like, hey guys, what's up with this parking? Did we hurt somebody's feelings or something? And one of the board members deleted my message because he was like, I don't want to call people out. I'm like, I'm not calling nobody out. I'm just making fun of the act. Like, there's a different story over here. Like, okay, you act like a retard. I'm gonna make fun of you because you should know better. You paid an arm and a leg for the house. Like, you should know, but like, you're not a stupid ass person. I understand if you're like,
right.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Again, the difference in morality.
Different moments.
So
shit.
Getting high and shit on the podcast. There was some other shit. Oh, you said student loans, man. We got the student loans. What about them student loans?
Oh yeah, no. People really upset that some loans got forgiven. And I don't understand.
I get it.
Why are they upset?
All right. Here's my thing. My channel thought. I'm not against the forgiving of student loans. At all. I'm against the forgiving student loans while you continue to make them. That.
Zing. Yeah.
It's like you get lung cancer because you smoked cigarettes.
Yeah.
You get a lung transplant. I'm not against that, dude. Yeah. But if you continue smoking cigarettes after the lung transplant,
that's a wonderful point. Absolutely.
Like, I would be upset too, because it's not like we don't have shit to spend money on.
Right.
I can point out 15 different things like, the Bronx needs to be fixed. Not gentrified, fixed. There needs to be, like, you know one thing I noticed, bro? They no headquarters in the hood. Ain't not one company with all their diversity inclusion bullshit said, you know what? I want to be diverse and inclusive.
Come on, George. It's not PR.
I'ma set up my headquarters in the hood. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna make it nice. I'll put security around there. But I'm one company. They live in their fucking multi-million-dollar shit downtown.
Bro, it's so obvious, It's so obvious.
But it's such a big thing. Yeah. Diversity and inclusion.
Yeah.
And like they talk to like people of color, because it's the white man's fault. And please don't like edit that shit out. Like not you, but like somebody like it's the white like they go and they fucking talk to these black MBAs and shit like that. And I'm like, yo, those are not the people that need help. Those are not the people that need their eyes open to what it could be. They're in their MBA program. Obviously, they understand what the fuck needs to be done to move forward. The motherfucker that's a crackhead on the corner, on the D line at 205th, he needs help. He needs to understand that he could be more. I'm sorry, but like the person of color that's in an MBA program, man, you may just the fact that you're already thinking this way. Oh, I have to spend time learning a trade in order for me to change my situation. You don't need help. You get it.
Just so I understand. At what point of giving somebody credit for being in an MBA program does it become an issue? I guess.
No, it's not an issue.
No, but why? At what point would you rather that go to somebody that's on the train?
Oh, at any point, like straight up any point.
Like, but what are we giving them? Like, what's the difference? What are we giving one and not the other?
The difference is, and that is solely my opinion. Mm-hmm. The difference is who is delivering the message and how they're delivering it. So, I've been to, I don't even know how to call those high schools, because I've been into hood high schools. I graduated one, right? And there was a stark difference between people that were explorative and people that were just desperate, right? So when, let's say, MBA program, right? My previous employer goes there to recruit. He's not the only person that recruits there. He's competing for the same talent with other companies that can pay way better than what we can afford. But they never go and recruit, let's say, in a college like Lehman College in the Bronx, Bronx Community College in the Bronx, Westchester Community College.
They don't go recruit there.
Yeah, they don't go and they don't recruit there, which is mind-blowing, because those are the people that you need to show interest in if you're serious about your diversity and inclusion. Like, those are the people that are most likely working, and they're like, okay, and if you talk to them properly, and if you're from the right color too, which is going to be even better, then you can not only accelerate your diversity inclusion program, you can actually make it live up to what it is. Because now you're taking somebody from a disadvantaged position and you're teaching them the ways to which they can better themselves to become in a position that you're already in. To me, that's always been the diversity inclusion. Like, you went through this, you and I, let's say you and I grew up in the same hood, which we kind of did, right? Like, we have similar experiences. I go out and I try something and it works out. Diversity is not for me to go and seek people like me in other colleges. And the diversity and inclusion. The diversity and inclusion is when I come back to you and I'm like, yo, David, check out what I did. This is what I did. These are the steps, what I did. And if you want to do the same thing that I did, you're more than free to do it. I'll show you the way. That's diversity and inclusion. When you go out there and you seek somebody that already has the same mentality as you, that has gone through similar experiences as you, and just because they come from the same background, you're like, oh yeah, you should come work with me in this company. That's not diversity nor inclusion. That's you getting more of you, or of you getting more of people thinking like you, like-minded people. There you go. That's what I was looking to say.
Wait, I'm so confused. I'm so confused because how do we get to diversity and inclusion? Because
I forgot. There was something that because we're talking about the MBA programs.
Right. And I was asking how we gave something to somebody and not to somebody else.
What do you mean?
Because you said that we shouldn't. I forgot what it was.
I said that we shouldn't be recruiting
somebody that's already in their MBA.
People of color in MBA programs that are like.
Who's recruiting?
The company.
Companies shouldn't be recruiting people that are already trying to succeed. They should recruit people that are
no.
Trying to.
No, people shouldn't. No, companies shouldn't recruit people who are already in prestigious universities just because of their skin color. They should recruit people from universities that nobody goes to.
For their skin color.
No, not for their skin color. Just to show the people that, hey, we're interested in you. We'll give you the tools to succeed in our company. And that's why I was giving the example of like how my previous employer did not recruit in CUNYs in lower income neighborhoods like Lehman and Bronx Community College. They much recruit from like Baruch College, which is it's the best CUNY. But
do most companies recruit from prestigious schools, or do they recruit their own way? Are they like all independents on how they recruit people?
Everybody fights for top talent, like everybody.
Right.
So
who is specifically? I'm not even saying that I'm against them recruiting from prestigious schools, people of color, but who is exclusively recruiting from?
Let's say top law firms, top accounting firms.
And okay. And what's the problem with them recruiting people of color? Or like, what's the problem between recruiting them that they're in a prestigious school and somebody from a non-school. I mean,
what's the problem?
I think that if they, don't just focus on one school. Like, look for talent, like scout it out.
No, I'm saying that
like the way
because they're pushing the
schools.
diversity inclusion program, right? But if you're recruiting more people like you, like-minded people, the skin of their color doesn't matter, because they already kind of saw what the path is, versus other people in lower colleges where they don't see the path. They could have the same talent, they just haven't seen the path, and nobody's interested in them. That's what I was conveying.
So don't just focus on the top schools.
Don't
look
like
look
if
around.
You're gonna go. If you're gonna recruit for your diversity and inclusion, don't focus on the top schools.
Yeah. No, that. I mean, I wouldn't even say focus on necessarily. I would just like look at all the schools. It's just the way it was phrased was like so rigid. It's like, well, then why? What are the others? Like, just let them look through the portfolios. Because what if somebody that is not well off gets like a scholarship to a prestigious school? Now they're gonna get hurt. So like when it's like so rigid,
You're right. Yeah. I didn't think about that.
So look through all the portfolios,
See what people got.
Yeah. What are you bringing? What are you bringing? But no, I like that point that you made about the loans. Is usually good. I didn't even think about that shit. I straight up did not even think about that. Oh wait. Oh, you still gotta get them, right? You still gotta take them out. That's just forgiveness for over here and past.
Yep.
Going forward. Oh man, I didn't even think of that shit, bro. Is everybody gonna get like an automatic $10,000? Because that'd be great. Something. Yeah.
I mean,
oh, dude.
I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot of bullshit ass degrees out there nowadays, and people pay good money for it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I think
that's. Oh man. I think
degree in marketing.
I think we need to insert some not social studies but social life classes into schools. Something so that they understand the I don't know. Let's go back into economics. I don't know. I've been away from school for such a long time that I'm like, damn, dude. I'm an idiot.
You've been self-taught for a long period of time. Like, you taught yourself how to draw these.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like.
Yeah.
So. Man. Not that you have been out of school. It's just like your school method is different.
Yeah, the way I learned. Oh, dude. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's awesome that you were able to figure out like how to learn. That's important.
Yeah. There's so much that goes into understanding how children learn, how new people, even how they talk, because that's even meeting new people. I had to work and stuff. I started to notice this. Not notice this thing, but I try to do this thing in which I try to listen to the way they speak, the way they behave, and then I try to understand them a little bit more. Not everybody's built the same.
Yeah.
Not everybody's built the same. Like some people, they come in a little aggressive.
Have you ever tried to guess their level of education?
No.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Oh man, it's unnecessary. Because how do you measure that? What's their level of education?
Oh, not as in like if they have a master's or anything like that. More as
but just so they don't. I mean,
their lexicon for once. Like
what?
Their lexicon, like their. Like
I'm not ready to test anybody.
The type of words that they're using to convey a point. Like that's really important, man. Like
my grammar goes to hell when I'm relaxed. I say like a lot.
Yeah, me too.
When I'm like super relaxed, see, like when I'm like when I'm relaxed, it just.
Those are parasite.
I try
words,
hard.
so.
I try hard.
Sometimes
Seriously.
I am cautious of it. Sometimes I am not at all, and it's
At work. Do you
no. At work, I actually focus a lot on because
how you speak.
I don't speak a lot. I write a lot of emails.
I was gonna ask you that because for me, I see people all the time, so they're one-on-ones constantly.
Yeah, that's where
I start the conversations very polite, very very professional.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, depending on how mellow they are, then I get more lax. I was like, hey man, come on man, then I get like more comfortable.
Yeah.
But other than that is yes sir. Yes, of course. Even my tone, it just gets deeper, say, as you go.
I got this.
Yeah.
I got this.
I got to be professional, Oh, welcome. Thank you for coming. But you don't do that for you.
No, I communicate a lot by writing, and after my CPA, that's another thing I'm going to focus on is writing. I think I love the ability to convey a point in the fewest words possible. That is a mastery because it's such a mastery because first it saves time, and second it makes people feel accomplished. Like, for example, if I'm able to convey something in 12 words instead of 60 words, I just saved you
time.
Yeah, I was gonna say a minute.
Yeah.
And people appreciate the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And it's a mastery. It really is.
I've caught myself telling stories, and I suddenly think I didn't need to say this part.
Dude, it's so actually what
this out. I can cut this out.
You know what actually pointed me towards that? I started journalizing, and the second I started writing the journal and then rereading it, I got really annoyed when I saw things that are repetitive, things that have been cut out, and it took a while. So, for example, I'm reading this book right now called Fuck It, I'll Start Tomorrow by Action Bronson. And his style of writing is so tiring because he puts so many extra words for no reason to convey a point. It's like, dude,
why are you reading it though? If a book annoyed me that much, I would have stopped reading.
Dude, out of spite, because it's one of those things where it's like it sucks, but I already started it. I'm gonna finish it. Like it is. It's not a thick book too. It's like this thick. Yeah. But my man, I am telling you, this person, the way he writes, I would have had a carpal tunnel by the time I finished that book because I am halfway through the book, and all of that could have been said in 5 pages. And it's like it's not a bad story. It is really not a bad story. Does it all take
place on a day?
No. It's different parts of his life, and he just talks about stuff. Like he talks about growing up in Queens. He talks about growing up immigrant, all that type of shit. And that's what attracted me to the book to begin with. But that style of writing is like, man, a 10-page book is just as good as a 200-page book with all the necessary words you've written. Like, if that was one of his rap songs, it would be
terrible.
36 hours long. Like,
damn.
I couldn't understand the point of that. I really didn't. I don't know if people have ADHD or some shit. Like, I could. It's beyond me. But that's how I feel about that book. It's a good book on top of that.
It's a good book.
Yeah, the story is really cool, dude.
But it takes you that long to get to the story, though. It sounds exhausting.
Yeah. And then, that's why I read it in the morning on the train ride to work. Sometimes at night.
Is it a book or is it Audible?
Oh, it's a book. Oh, no. If it was Audible, maybe it was meant to be listened to. That's a good point. Maybe it was meant to be listened to. I have to.
I don't. Are books? Are people making books specifically for audio purposes?
He might be the first one that I know of.
Oh, I just got this one. It's really super interesting. It's called 7.5 Facts About the Brain. It's pretty cool.
Tell me one.
You know how people think, or is commonly said that there are, what is it, the left side, the right side, and the other one.
Frontal lobe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not real. That's not a thing that exists in the brain. Apparently, it's just one of those things where the brain just is it in the tiniest of nutshells. This bitch uses its whole thing to figure things out, to do things.
I mean, I would expect that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like it uses. There's not like a side where, oh, this is for writing or something. It's just like, no, it uses some of this and this and this and this. And I'm like super paraphrasing. Like I said, this is like this small for what I'm saying. I just started reading this, but it's fucking fascinating. I just how the brain works, man, and just how we function as people. I just find that shit fascinating, bro. You know,
what's stopping you from getting your degree in psychology or human behavior?
Oh my god, I would love to.
Well, bro, $10,000 right now.
Yo, seriously,
forgiven.
Yo, I would get if I would go back to school, I would go for neuroscience because that shit is so fucking interesting, bro. It's but I think I'll be biting more than I could chew because I just feel like there's so much to learn. You know, you gotta know the biology, the chemistry of it.
Start small.
Yeah, I know. But it's just so fascinating. This is who you are. This is who we are, bro. Nothing else but this. Yeah.
Maybe. That's a good point.
Great. What do you mean maybe? I mean, as far as we know, that's who we are.
Yeah, I try not to dabble too much into consciousness because then I get just mind blown and I'm like, my brain sometimes just stops function. Like,
what do you mean conscious? Do you mean like it's something
like how do
separate?
I know that I am who I am? Like, I don't understand the mechanics about it, and that's one thing that I'm like, maybe it's beyond me. Like I can understand my actions, but I cannot understand the drive behind my self-awareness. Like that is something that has, like what drives me? Like how do I know that what I look at is me? Like where does this conscious, like same thing with dogs, right? Because dogs cannot recognize themselves in the mirror.
Yeah.
Like how am I able to realize that this is who I am? Like by just looking into a reflection of myself.
Right.
And
see,
I can like that. Dude,
the way the way I started to think about it is you'll never truly know 100% of anything. You'll never truly know. That's just what do they call it? A logical impossibility. You can't just ever really know because but there are certain levels of certainty. There are certain points where you can actually test. You'll never be able to prove that you're not in the Matrix, but we can make tests. They could still be part of the movie in your head, and I'm a figment of your imagination. But I can point at this thing that I have my feet on, and I can ask you things like, George, is the table brown? And you can agree or disagree. Is there a glass on it? You can agree or disagree. It's like, you'll never really know if I'm a figment of your imagination, but there is a point of you just have to trust that that's what it is. You can jump into that hole of, well, what if that's what you want me to say? What if that's exactly what you want? You know, and that'll just drive you. And that'll just fucking drive you crazy. You know.
That's why we have the Kabbalah for that shit.
The Kabbalah. Oh my god. So there are certain points, or there's certain things where you can actually test things and see where we are. So and we can make certain assessments of what's a social real, I guess, if you want to, if I'll put it that way, a reality that we both share, that you and your wife share, that you and your family share. You know, that there's a, like right now is one of those fun philosophy questions. Like, how do you know that the people in our family don't really exist? That they'll only start existing when we get to them. But they're also having their own experiences, you know. They're also living right now. Like, your wife is over there, my fiance's over there. Like she's doing her thing. She's in the apartment, like watching TV. I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but they're like, everybody's like, we can, to an extent, agree and understand that those things are there. You know. Where we were going with this? What were we talking about? We're talking about reality.
It went from morality to reality. So.
Yeah. The big issues at the Immigrants show.
I mean, for real, dude, because like that takes a lot of brain power to even dabble into comprehending.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Another thing that I remember from the book, that about the brain, that what it does a lot of saving. It saves energy. It figures out a way for us to be lazy, essentially. You know, what is the easiest way to do this? Like, it does that shit automatically, you know, and that's a big part of how our brain has developed since we were a freaking tiny ass organism. Like, it's always figuring out a way how to make. Yeah, I know, right? It's fucking fascinating.
Thank fucking
like,
God.
This motherfucker's been doing this shit. It's like, oh no, how do we make this easier? I need to make this quick. We need to make this easier.
Like, thank God for that. I cannot imagine.
Our brain is this shit, bro.
Yeah. I thank God. Thank God for petroleum and electricity.
Oh man.
And wireless connections.
Yeah.
Video
editing. Thank you for Apple.
Like, dude, it is. And that's the thing. You make things easier for people. You would be endlessly wealthy. Ain't nobody want to do that shit.
Bro, it saves energy.
Right. We're inherently lazy.
Man, and I didn't say that. I said that's what the brain does. I said the brain figures out a way to shortcuts. I guess you could call that lazy. That's the type of lazy. It's like, you know what? I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what? Fine, I'll do it. But I'm going to figure out a way. No, it's not lazy because they still do it. You're lazy if you don't do it. You know?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? No. Let's think about it. Because when somebody is lazy, they take their time to do it. But this is I'm gonna do. Let me figure out a way to solve your problem, sir, or person.
That's an interesting question,
right?
Is it lazy or is it just efficient?
It's efficient. There you go. That's the word. That's not lazy. That's efficient because they're finding solutions. They're not complaining and not doing it. Because that's lazy.
Yeah, you're right. All right. On that bombshell of laziness.
Laziness.
Peace, yo.
Peace out.
Out.